For those of our fans that aren't familiar with the drama that unfolded on Saturday, we sort of maybe bit off a little more than we could chew by taking on multiple YouTubers that had 100 times as many subs as us. And it didn't really go our way when it's a 6-on-2 scenario. So we may have, I don't know, jumped the gun with incomplete information at the time. But we had an inkling that maybe some efforts were made by one of YouTube's more prominent members of the skeptic community, Styxhexenhammer666. And we had a couple screenshots. They definitely didn't look photoshopped. They didn't seem like they were faked. And we brought it up on the Morning Kumite yesterday with Andy Worski and a couple other folks. And I guess we thought it was common knowledge because it was a poll thing that we found. We found a thread on poll, had a lot of information. We made a joke about it, and it began to spiral out of control over the course of several hours on a stream. That's pretty much the short and skinny of it, I would think, right?
And I believe that, again, at the end of it, we ended up saying we may have jumped the gun. We thought, again, like Mike said, thought something was common knowledge and went out there and made a joke. And then it, of course, turned into something bigger. What we were told on the stream, and you could hear it yourselves, and we have no reason to not believe it. According to Styx, he says that the screenshots that were found on there were probably shopped, and that it was a lefty pull thing to take him down. And the reason that he didn't address it was because he gets a lot of people accusing him of things. So, which is fair. I mean, that does happen. So when all this went up there, our buddy Lazia sent us a message because he's been on our show before, and he said he wanted to give more information on it. We haven't really talked about it that much, but we've had him on the show, and I guess we want to get a different perspective. We're doing this today because this is when we could record this. So hey, Lazia, welcome aboard.
Hello. So I've watched most of the Kumite show, and I have gathered all the evidence right here. And this is common knowledge. This is nothing new. This has been discussed over 2 years. The screenshots go from 2 years ago to right now to recently. This has been a very evolving event with Styxhexenhammer. This is maybe like 100,000 or more people have actually seen these threads if you combine all the platforms together. So to accuse this of being fake or a forgery is quite dishonest. First of all, let's address, because it is out of order. I've sent screenshots to I saved my screenshots, so they're out of order. So first, let's address the transgender cross-dressing thing.
Okay.
This is one of the screenshots which he said it was fake, and he denied it on Facebook. We have the screenshots of him denied it on Facebook, but what he forgot to do is delete his tweet where he admitted he was a cross-dresser, and he said it's gothic makeup, so it's not technically cross-dressing. So in two different aspects, he denied it recently, but if you go to 2017, 26th of July, he has admitted it, that being interested, let me quote, being interested in gothic makeup is cross-dressing, transgenderism now. The tweet is still up. We can put screenshots. I'll send you the screenshots. You can put it up. Maybe you can put the tweet link up. Maybe he will delete it after he sees this video, but it's well recorded. We are reading it right now, so you cannot accuse of Photoshop. This has also been shared by a fascist page, Fascist Guy for Tolerance and Understanding Reloaded. It has around 10,000 likes on Facebook, and Styxhexenhammer has tried to take that page down. He has tried to censor that page because they are posting disinformation. So he's trying to actively censor people with this information. On the Kumite, he said it's lefty poll. Let me just read the comment. Fuck your stream, lord, pandering leftist scum. Now, you're not leftists. You are libertarian, right-wing libertarians. We are not leftists. We are fascists. Other people will not be leftists. And the whole lefty poll narrative is completely false. Let's just look at the threads. The threads, he said there's a lefty poll threads. These are from 4chan. There is no lefty poll on 4chan. 4chan, lefty poll is a board on 8chan. These are archived threads from 4chan. Lefty poll has around 50 active users. We track IPs. We, as admins, me and a couple of others like Fidel, we track all the IPs. We have everything. There's around 50 active users who are genuinely leftists and communists on lefty poll. The vast majority are trolls, and if you look at the post, you can clearly see the vast majority of lefty poll threads are bait and trolling. So to accuse lefty poll of doing anything is quite disingenuous, since it's like 50 people, and the majority of that board are poll trolls. So if you're basically accusing 50 random people, and I've seen the people on lefty poll, they just look like Styxhexenhammer cross-dressing. If you have seen Styxhexenhammer cross-dressing, they look like him. So they are pretty not incapable of pulling this off. These are hundreds of thousands of comments on these threads, hundreds of thousands of comments. They cannot pull this off. I have checked all the IPs and all the replies. None of the users on these threads have any connections to a lefty poll IP address. I have checked them all. And this is just the 2 threads from 4chan. There's multiple threads on 8chan too, which are also not connected to lefty poll. And he also accused lefty poll of the Lauren Sudden thing. And it's funny how he can think that 50 people from lefty poll, most of them are low IQ Marxists, can pull this off, where her exposing videos had hundreds of thousands of views. All the screenshots were collected by people like me on poll. And I assume you guys have watched Paul dogs people. You know the Shia LaBeouf thing?
Yes, of
How
course.
they find his
yes.
flag?
Yeah.
Oh yes, you guys. They are. Trust me. We mention 4chan in the intro to our show every day to salute them because of the things they've accomplished.
So you can see the consistency of people on poll gathering information like this.
Mm-hmm.
So you can genuinely tell that it's us doing this. It is not lefty poll. I mean, there is some advantage to blaming lefty poll, but what he is trying to do is he's trying to say these are fake or bad forgery. It's Photoshop, and he's trying to accuse lefty poll of it. By that, he's trying to reflect criticism of him. And this is when we jump in, we say, no, it's not lefty poll. We have all the information here. It's us.
I did go to the Twitter date. I think it was July 26, 2017. And you are correct that the tweet is still not down, of the screenshot where he says being interested in Gothic makeup is cross-dressing / transgenderism now. At least as of the time we're doing this on Sunday, that is something that is up there. So I could verify that at least that one for sure isn't a Photoshop.
Well, I'd like to address one issue. And
Sure.
I'm just playing devil's advocate here because, we've already had our issues with these guys in the past.
Yes.
Being a 200,000 plus sub channel, obviously people are going to go after this guy. They might, it's not outside the realm of possibility to assume that maybe people would fabricate such a thing. The cross-dressing issue might be a bigger problem to those who rail against every form of degeneracy. But I think the big problem yesterday was when we sent some of these things to Kumite and Warski and the other guys, and they ran wild with it on the air, in my opinion. We hinted that we had some stuff. They said, send it. We got off the air. Then we sent it to them. Then they started running wild with it on the air. And then they started going, well, Revenge of the Sis said he's a pedo and this and that, which we never did.
We never said
And
that.
they started a whole shitstorm and baited us into coming back on.
Right. And then they had me defending. Then they had me defending something that we didn't say. It's again, when we said it, we thought it was common knowledge because the thread is from about a year ago, right, Lazia? The original thread.
Which one?
Oh, the
what are you talking about?
I'm talking about the March 5th, 2017, the one that has a cartoon picture of him as the.
Yeah, that is correct.
So that's less than a year ago. Okay.
And that is not lefty poll. I'm looking at this right now. That is poll. That is regular poll. As a person who has been known to skim around on poll now and again, like every day, I know what poll looks like. Yeah,
and you also said that the lefty poll started the thread. This is not a lefty pole thread. The replies, this has nothing to do with the replies. What the thread links to is one of his videos. The replies are where the information is at. The thread itself holds no argument here. It has not been posted by Lefty Poe. It's just a link to one of his YouTube videos. The replies are where the information is at. The thread itself does not attack Styxhexenhammer. So, and he accused them of posting the thread. That is also incorrect. The replies are also incorrect. And I took screenshots of the Kumite chats. Careful, this is Styxhexenhammer, careful. Defamation can be a criminal in nature. Destiny fanboys. Do you know who Destiny is?
He was brought up.
But we don't know who Destiny
I
is.
heard him and Medicare go at it one day, but that was like I listened to maybe 3 minutes of that, and that was it. That's the first time I've ever heard of him.
Again, he is trying to use the same scapegoat. It's Lefty Poe, then it's Destiny fanboys. It's quite amazing.
Well, they accused us of being like operatives of Destiny. And we don't know this fucking
I don't
guy.
know who that is.
This is the same type of person who says Nazis and Nat socks are bad because they blame the Jews, and he goes off to blame random people like Destiny for being behind this. He is a hypocrite at large. He says that the Nazis are really bad because they blame everything on the Jews, yet he blames everything on lefty pole and Marxists, even though that's not the case. He is a degenerate, and he tried to stand on some moral high ground that he does not have. Some of the things he said is, I have a lot of money, I will sue you. He is boasting that he earns money from his YouTube videos, and he's going to use that money to attack people. I have a lot of money, I'll sue you. Well, this is me talking now. Styx, it's Lazia here talking. You have a lot of money. Well, you have nothing compared to my wealth. You will sue me. Well, if you want to sue me, I will call you a pedophile right now. Even though that I don't believe that you're fully a pedophile since you have not touched anyone, but I will say you to deflame you just so you can react and sue me, because I would like to see you throw threats at me, because I know you don't have the balls to do that. I have much more money, and if you want to sue me, I assume Revenge of Sith will link my channel in the description, so you can contact me, you can ask Millennial Wars for my Skype, you can come to Discord, and we can discuss this suing threat. But I think you're trying to make basic threats to shoot people down, and one of his things that he said is, I believe in free speech, but not things like this. So what he's trying to say is, I believe in free speech, but not when it's used against me.
No,
he is trying to.
No. I just want to say that is neither Royce.
That's not
Lopez,
us.
nor
we're
Michael
not saying-
Sheely.
Yeah.
The two men involved in Revenge of the Sith. So we can't.
But to be fair, we believe in free speech. So if somebody wants to call in with their side of the story, we're going to give them the same platform.
This is me quoting him. He said
Of
he
course.
believes in free speech, but he said it's against him when it's used against him.
Right.
Well, that
said-
part's fine. I'm just saying the pedophile part. We make no claims to the veracity of that charge. But
This is a basic argument. He says he believes in free speech, but when it's not used against him. And this is the same argument that Marxist and social justice warriors have. Oh, it's free speech, but not if it's hate speech.
now this charge that he has been, because I've seen screenshots, and I can't again make any claim to their genuine nature, but it does seem like he was maybe hovering around much smaller channels on YouTube.
Yes, I will address this right now. He is not fully a pedophile, because you need to be a predator and fully touch somebody or assault a minor. But I think there's intent if he's flirting with a minor. And this is exactly what he is doing. And he claimed the screenshots are fake. Well, as of now, I've linked to this video if you can see it. It's one of the screenshots. It's in a channel called Canela Grace. Canela Grace. Let me just open it and quickly see how many subscribers she has. She has currently 29 subscribers, and she averages around 10 to 20 views. and on the video, you can see Styxhexenhammer there. And he still has not deleted that comment, which is surprising.
Okay,
Maybe
I got the
forgot
link.
about it.
I got the link, and I'm pulling it up now. Okay, this is from
Let's get homegirl some
this
subs.
is from April 28th, 2011. A YouTuber, and this is public knowledge we could do. And here is the screenshot, and it says 10 months ago. Now you must rub a balloon on it and cause it to stick on other surfaces. She says my birthday is on Saturday. If there's a balloon around, I'll be sure to try that. And go ahead. Sorry.
Again, that does not prove any intent, but
Of
that proves that he has been contacting girls with smaller YouTube channels. That is what it's context. It is it's to validate that he has been doing that, and he's forgotten to delete that. Now the girl in question is Stella Bell. That those comments that he posted on Stella Bell are public knowledge. Both Canola Grace and Stella Bell's comments were screenshotted onto those threads. That's how I got in hold of Canola Grace. Mm-hmm. The Stella Bell comments, some of them I took the screenshots because they were featured in the poll podcast. Thousands of people saw those comments real live. There were threads made about it, but I cannot find the threads right now. But I think the second one posted by a Canadian was in direct response to the poll podcast. So I think this is one of the threads. I think I linked it, and it's Stella Bell's face posted. Now, I'm not a fan of Stella Bell. I don't particularly like her or her videos. She does not like me. She has previously flagged my videos in response to her. So before she grew into a big channel, I already knew of her, and I've already seen those comments myself. And if you cannot validate that I am telling the truth, I don't really care, but let me just validate the comments for you. All these comments are screenshotted differently. All of them have the same context, the same comments. I am a computer science student, so I know that to fake this, Photoshop will be extremely difficult to fake this. If this was faked, it will be an inspect element. And there's also things which there's 3 different screenshots on this post which have the same content. All 3 are very different. They have different accounts. They have different views, different subscribers, different likes. They have, the heart thing when you heart somebody's comment on YouTube. Mm-hmm. That will be extremely hard to inspect. And maybe he photoshopped it, but to Photoshop all these 3 screenshots at different times, at different reply posts, this has been over months of screenshotting. This is in March, this is in April, and one of the screenshots is on black YouTube. The other 2 are on white YouTube. Now black YouTube is the new feature for YouTube, so it's a more recent feature. So he couldn't have photoshopped it. Let me see. Yep, it's black YouTube 4 months ago. The reply is 1 month ago.
Are we talking about like day mode, night mode type of thing?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about here. So we have screenshots from day mode, we have screenshots from night mode, screenshots by different people. So to say that these screenshots are Photoshop is quite bizarre. We have other screenshots which are still up of him contacting younger girls, and we have these screenshots. We have to have him on her Facebook friend list, liking her photos. Now, so we can
just to play devil's advocate here, or as I call devil's advocate, Andy Worski. If one were to say, well, maybe he's just supporting, smaller content creators. Maybe he's just, according to Andy Worski, he said, I talk to my young fans all the time. That's kind of weird, in my opinion, but it's not a crime.
It's not a crime at all.
Yes, but what you have to read in these screenshots, in one of them he says, you have to preserve yourself, preserves our life, future, and the world. Patience is a great virtue. So patience. It sounds very sexualizing to preserve somebody, to preserve Stella Bell. Patience is a great virtue. It sounds like a love letter that he's writing that she must wait for him. And after that, he replied, also, it's likely that you will receive a message. Mm-hmm. Then some girl replied, you're infatuated with this girl Stella. It's pretty obvious that somebody replied that. What does infatuated mean?
Infatuated just means like exactly. You're sort of enamored with the young lady.
Yeah.
After that, he say perfection is worth waiting for. So it's like he is waiting for her to contact him or something. Then he says, I'll likely receive you will likely receive a message. Then after that, you see him on her Facebook account. So you see all these kinds of sexualized messages. Then you see him saying that she's perfection is worth waiting for. She will receive a message, and you see him on her Facebook. And it's like, what are you doing, my man? She is like 14 years of age. I think it was at that moment. She was like 14 or 15. And he's like 30. Perfection is worth waiting for on the Facebook likes.
Now, is there any corroborating evidence that this girl was 14 or 15? Because that was another thing we got brutalized on yesterday. And we had
You can ask her yourself.
Oh, how old she is now. That's true. And then you could just see when it was posted.
True. That's a good point.
Yeah.
How all the comments have been deleted now, which is fishy. Some comments which are from smaller channels which did not get brought up are still there because nobody talked about them, and we're talking about them right now. So you might go back and delete them.
And to be fair, he also did say, Styx did say that he was going to get her on and to make a video saying that he did nothing wrong. He mentioned that on the stream. I mean, so to give the benefit of the doubt, maybe she'll come out and say, no, he was fine with me, you know.
And that's fine. And nobody's arguing that he's done anything.
No.
But as Lazia said, and as we said yesterday on this stream that got us beat up, it's a little odd. They tried to play it off like it's not odd to orbit around a 15, 14-year-old female listener. That's weird to me. We have some young listeners. We don't accept their friend requests when they try to add our personal Facebooks and shit. We're not even, like, trust me, we can get a look at an incoming friend request, look at somebody, kind of, crawl around on their page for a minute and go, yeah, I'm not accepting this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get in any scenario where there's a kid in my Facebook realm, because I say a lot of fucked up shit. Just annihilated yesterday, and then they tried to take this shit onto Poll, and we're getting people from Poll to flag our fucking shit.
Yeah, now we're getting flagged to death because of it. Which again, not very free speech, is it? The thing,
the Nazis are flagging us.
Yeah.
The fucking literal Nazis are flagging our page for hate speech. What fucking world are we living in?
It's and I understand. Look, they have their own following, and yesterday the information they were right, and I will give them credit. Everybody on the stream, they were right. We had no information whether this stuff was photoshopped or not photoshopped. We were kind of caught with our pants down, and to be fair, my fault for bringing something up without realizing that it wasn't common knowledge. But we were told, and as you could listen back to the video, I can't argue back and say it wasn't photoshopped because I don't know, whether it was or wasn't, but. I will say at least the Twitter thing for sure, that one is still up.
And it doesn't look Photoshop.
It doesn't look it to me. I'm not a Photoshop expert. Obviously, I said it yesterday.
I said it on their stream. Yeah. Royce and I have been doing radio a long time. We've had fans for a long time. We have been Photoshopped onto every kind of weird gay porn, movie posters, like all kinds of shit. And we know a good one and a bad one. And even we have people that have done some expert Photoshops of us. But you can still tell that face doesn't belong on it. To add my face to something, or Royce's face, or Lazia's face to a picture, then to add makeup to it, and then that is expert level of photoshopping. You would have to be a genius.
Yeah, and you can also tell these are old screenshots. So they've been around for a long time.
And from what's been presented to me, it doesn't seem like any of this was photoshopped or was even set up as a sting against Styx. It seemed like they were talking about him, and someone started taking screenshots off of a YouTube link.
Yes. Also, you can see what type of girl she is. And in her video, she says that she was 15 at the time, I think, or 14 at the time. I forget.
I think 15.
Yeah, I think 15, maybe. And she is a gothic girl, You know what I mean by gothic girl?
Yeah, goth, yeah.
And stuff and Styx, if he's attracted to gothic women. He puts on gothic makeup and looks like a female, cross-dressing.
Would you?
So you can tell that he's genuinely attracted to her.
Would you?
Out of all people, because she is gothic, she fits his criteria.
And here's the thing, Sorry, go ahead.
So you connect all of these dots together. And you can tell that there is intent that he likes her. She's a minor. He's not really a pedophile because he's not touched her, or I don't know privately what they have done.
Can we say
maybe they're
pederast?
dating privately? I don't know.
Was it
but there is intent that he does and genuinely like her.
And again, regarding the cross-dressing thing, I mean, that's fine. It's not illegal to be cross-dressing. But however, the one thing that did catch me off guard was yesterday during the stream, he said something to the effect of like, and I'm sure you heard it, was like, oh, no, that's just some sort of cam girl that looks like me. That wasn't me. Something to that effect. And I'm like, all right, well, maybe that's what it is. But if that's the case, that tweet is still up when he said being interested in gothic makeup and cross-dressing is.
And for the record, that picture there, I'm trying to be middle of the road guy, and I'm trying to see Styx's point of view on this. Of course. But that picture is not some cam girl, because that is exactly how he holds his microphone. That is his mannerisms. That's a Styx video. That's a screenshot from. He holds his mic like that. He has a handheld mic. I've watched his older shit.
Also, his nude pictures got leaked alongside him standing next to a fat female. It shows you that he is a complete degenerate. So it wouldn't put me off if he in the past has streamed as a webcam girl and wore a wig. And he tries to stand on this virtuous moral high horse as a classical liberal. And this just puts him off the high horse. He is a complete degenerate. As you said, it's not illegal to cross-dress. But that's what Marxists do. That is completely social justice Marxism. If you transgendery cross-dress, put on makeup, this is exactly thing that he talks against, and he does it himself.
Well, he's doubled down now on his alt-rightiness, and now they're all, literally lining up to suck his dick.
I think I took a screenshot. He said, literal Nazis are after me. And he said, I'm in legion with demons, so I will destroy you all. I think that was a YouTube comment. So he is throwing threats around against literal Nazis.
Calm down.
This reminds me of Kraut and T, an I Hypocrite. Two exposed pedophiles from the same community, classical liberal. So there is many connections to pedophilia and this skeptic liberalist community. I've said it plenty of times. Most of them are probably pedophiles. Kraut, he had a Lolita fetish. You know what a Lolita is?
Yeah, boy. That movie.
He had a Lolita fetish. He had a BDM's fetish, and this is all being exposed. I Hypocrite, he's fucking saga. Oh, Jesus Christ. He's on your videos commenting.
Your boy LP.
Styxhexenhammer.
Yeah. Good to see he's still around.
Yeah, good for a Hypocrite.
His page got taken down. That was funny.
I pulled up the picture of the cam.
This was the picture.
The one that you said about the cam girl, the one with the glasses, the one where the cam girl's wearing the glasses.
You can clearly see that sim. How many cam girls can anyone find with that same spot with the same teeth?
With that same sense of style, the gothic choker, the all black, it's just weird to me.
And by the way, it's not.
She has the exact same body type too.
It's not. Listen, and here's the thing. We'll say it again. And Lazia, I hear what you're saying about the degeneracy, but here's the other side. It's not illegal. But here's the thing, and this is the point that I want to get across. That's fine. Okay, no problem. It's not illegal. You're right. But then if it's not illegal, then why are you pretending that it's not you, dude? That's, to me, this is my opinion. That looks a lot like you, man. And I think that people would, if it was you, to respect it more. If you go, hey, that was me. Yeah, I went through a weird time, but the thing is, there's something called credibility, which we're accused of not having and losing because of that thread.
We're the only ones not hiding anything.
Yeah. But credibility's fine. Okay, fair enough. But if you post this, listen, it looks like him, and it's fine. He's allowed to be a cross-dresser. But the point of the matter is, he did say on the stream that we were on that wasn't him. It was some other cam girl. Okay, cool. That's fine. But, hey, man, kind of looks like you then. That must be your long-lost twin. My opinion. I don't know. That must be a long-lost twin. And by the way, this isn't even criticizing the cross-dressing thing. It's like, look, if you're going to talk about, people are going to talk about our credibility, okay, that's fine. You have every right to do that. That's free speech. But at the end of the day, when you say that was another person, it makes it look like, okay, well, what else are you lying about?
It seems like he's becoming good at hiding things, and that's unusual to me. And besides, we all know that's just some random cam girl. Her name is Styxhexenhammer666.
And the page that posted this is a credible page. It's not a lefty poll page. They're not the owners. They're not lefty poll.
Oh.
They have 10,000 likes, and they have held this movement. They have shared pages like it was my privilege. They have shared multiple outright fascist pages, libertarian pages. They have held this community, so they're credible people. They're not lefty people like he implied.
Listen,
Again, you have to think in this guy's mindset. He is a Satanist. He's a complete degenerate. So I wouldn't put him off him if he is for child pornography, since most Satanists like child things. And if you research on the Kabbalah and all those Babylonian religions, it's completely degenerate. And the way he presents himself is, I wouldn't put it before him that he wouldn't have intentions with small girls.
Good.
One thing you have to remember is these are people who only have relevancy on YouTube, nowhere else. So they are not up in everything loophole. I have relevancy all over the internet, so what we may know, they might not know.
Right.
What they might know, we will know, because we are everywhere while they are confined to this YouTube and Twitter space. Mm-hmm. So while hundreds of thousands of people may know about this and it's common knowledge, they only have relevance on this small platform over here. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of sad that they try to throw their weight around when really they are not that relevant with the YouTube views. And YouTube can take the views of them like in a snap, and they will be broke and they will be irrelevant, while we will still be here. These people have sad lives. They're only here to feed their pockets. So if you criticize them for something like this, if you expose them, you take off their profits. This is the only thing that is happening in their life is YouTube. And they will defend themselves to the last standing point, like Crowd did, just to save they will lie, they will be hypocritical, they will do all these things, they'll say it's fake, just so they can keep their Patreon money. So I would not believe anything they say. Again, with Crowd, all the community was with him, all the skeptic community was with him. They were lying for him, they were knowledgeably lying for him. Then everything got exposed, and Crowd is a bad guy now, we are against him. They all knew what he was doing, but now everybody else knows, they're all against him. So when this thing about Styx get exposed, they'll all turn against him like they did with Crowd. These men are only here for profits, nothing else. As you said, me and you guys disagree with almost everything ideology, but when I listen to that stream, the whole lies and scapegoating these people do, it is disgusting. They try to accuse the screenshots, which some are taken by me as lefty operative. It's almost funny as when the Time Millennial was that said Paul was run by Marxist admins. I was just sitting there like, I am a Marxist now.
Listen,
Marxist admin, seriously?
Listen, I've heard Lazia be accused of a lot of things before, but I know the one thing you're not going to get to stick is that he is a Marxist.
I think we just had it all. We destroyed all of their credibility and arguments. They have nothing more to say. If they want to attack you, they can attack me because they know they cannot attack me. They know that I have a larger following than they do, and they know that my following will always stick with me no matter what.
Well, Lazia, man, thank you. I know it's the weekend, and we do really appreciate you taking time to call us and let us know the other side of the story. And maybe now we're a little bit more prepared should this ever pop up again. We really do appreciate it, and we do have to get you some time on as a guest to talk about other things.
Yeah, come on again, man. We got to get you. We're wide open in February, so if you want to pick a day.
I got a feeling that now that we're radioactive, it's going to be that way for a little while.
It's going to be fun.
You can always hit me up. I can talk about most topics.
Awesome. Thank you, man. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Lazia, brother.
Yes.